You are listening to And Press Play, written and recorded by James West.
Hello all, and welcome back to And Press Play. This week I'm reviewing Time Machine by Margo Price, taken from her 2023 album Strays. Now this episode probably wins the award for the shortest gap between a song being released and it being reviewed on this podcast. And honestly, this was a very late addition to this series, with me first hearing the song a day before recording this episode. Now, Margo Price, for anyone who's unfamiliar with her, is an American country singer-songwriter who tends to specialise in writing songs about life's cruel twists and turns. Indeed, Time Machine is no different. It's about someone who's been in a relationship, it's ended, and they desperately want to go back in time to when the relationship was good and when they felt alive. The song starts off with a heavy drum beat and some synths which help conjure a harsh, jarring atmosphere. Price starts singing, "I get lost in the conversation, remembering a memory with you, boredom drives my imagination into places I never knew," which tells the listener immediately what the song is about and helps conjure up an image of a relationship long gone and a narrator who desperately misses the person they used to be with. Price's vocals are quite soft and help display some tenderness and emotion in an otherwise harsh atmosphere. There's an undertone of regret and sadness all through the verse, as if the protagonist doesn't really want to keep thinking about the other person, but that's all they can do. As we approach the chorus, some more synths are added to the mix along with some guitar, which helps soften the mood, taking it from this harsh, jarring environment to one more pleasant and comforting, as if the narrator is lost in their dreams or memories. The use of backing vocals later in the verse help add a certain calmness to the verse, as if the music is telling the listener that everything will be alright as long as the protagonist can go back to the past. Lyrically, this verse is disarmingly honest, and the use of "I want to feel reality" and "I want to ride in a time machine" creates this almost idyllic view of the past, or reminding the listener that this person has been in pain since the relationship has ended. The musical refrain at the end of the chorus is great, and the synths and keyboards help segue the music from the dreamscape back into reality. The second verse provides a bit more detail of what happened in the relationship. When did this all go so wrong? I gave you everything, been waiting around for so long, nothing is ever going to change. This shows that the narrator is still hoping that this person will come back to them, and so if they haven't, rather than move on, they want to go back to when they were still together. The line, "nothing is ever going to change," shows us the narrator knows that relationship is over, but doesn't want to accept it. Musically, this verse continues the harsh, jarring atmosphere of verse 1, with the heavy drum beat, which brings the listener back to current matters, rather than being lost in the dreamscape. We then go into the chorus, which brings the music back to dreamscape territory with synths and keyboards. The drum beat is still present and shows the listener that although the narrator may be able to get lost in imagining what life was like before, they can't truly escape what life is like now. We get some more repetition of "I want to ride in a time machine," showing how much the narrator is longing for it more and more. We get another musical refrain after the chorus, however this time it doesn't return us to reality, but keeps us in the dreamscape as we get another chorus and some more repetition. This refrain repeats for a couple more times before one final drum beat ends the song, leaving it ambiguous of whether the narrator managed to move on or whether she just got lost in her own past. To conclude, I really like this song because of its wonderful musical textures which go between happy and sad so well, and Price's singing which elevates the whole song. I give this song a 4.7 out of 5.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.